Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, living in the land of Japan, representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Blue Terran player from the land of Japan, representing Team Little Fairy. It is PSiArc. Don't let him hear you say that. True, he's the third best player in Japan. Cap. As, oh my god, HonMonO, he's an animal! And what's he going for? He's going for the proxy 3 racks. 3 SCVs moving out across the map, and 3 racks are about to be thrown down. Okay, now, if you're unfamiliar with HonMonO, HonMonO is an animal. HonMonO, he's the cheesiest Terran player in all of South Korea and Japan. He can play macro, don't get me wrong, but he often does not. He often does, cheese, proxy, go for all-ins. He's a very chaotic player, and that does not change here when he plays Broodor either. Happy to see. Let's go. Meanwhile, PSiArc does scout the natural base. Ooh, and is moving out with the SCV, but will miss the proxy. Will barely miss it. PSiArc going for a Rax Expand economic opener here out of our Blue Terran player. Uh-oh. And PSiArc is in trouble. He's going to be in trouble. This is the ideal for HonMonO. So basically what's happening, PSiArc, because the only single gas opener, he's going for a faster CC, either on the low ground or the high ground, means delayed factory, means only 1 Rax. Only 1 Rax producing here against the Mass Marine that's coming. SCV does confirm. The Raxes are missing. No gases either. And now PSiArc knows. He's walling up. He's fully walling off. Bunkers on the way. Seeing everything he needs to. Second bunker as well. HonMonO pushing in. And can he deny those bunkers? First SCV under fire. SCV goes down. Second SCV as well. More boys being pulled. Bunkers are on the way. The first Reaper will arrive. The wall does open up. We're going for the surround. We tried to. And we catch the SCVs at least. And PSiArc can afford to lose some workers, but it's going to be 9 SCVs, 10 SCVs going down. Oh my god. 10 SCVs do fall in. The bunkers haven't finished. Okay, one of them finally does, just barely. Bunker does complete. And PSiArc, he can hold the line. 2 Marines go down. And this is muling our hearts out, trying to get our economy back up and running. Second bunker on the way. Can we repair? Can we even keep it alive? We can try. Second SCV being pulled up with the bunker. It's going to go down. Too much DPS, too many Marines. Not like this. And HonMonO, he's within range of the second depot as well. So 2 depots is going to be going down. PSiArc is about to be supply blocked. He's going to have 1 Marine of his own. Oh, he's within range of the racks. Oh my god. Okay, he pulls away. HonMonO, he backs off. Taking gases back at home. Getting ready for a factory. HonMonO is transitioning. Is transitioning back at home. Finally a mirror. Kind of. As the Rax does float in. Gets eyes on the 1-1. HonMonO's factory is going to be a little bit later here, but the factory is on the way. And from here, the game is going to stabilize in a sense. HonMonO does have a slight economic advantage. I mean, I say that, PSiArc does have mules. That does help make up for that. Does have mules, bear that in mind. Second gas not being taken. True, the Reaper could try to bypass the main army and get across the map. Speaking of, yeah, it does get past. HonMonO does miss the Reaper. And this Reaper can wreak havoc, but there is a Vulture on the way. HonMonO, he should be okay back at home. The Vulture should pop out in time. PSiArc jumping in. Vulture in position. Up. Has to back up. Behind us we have our Starport, we have our Tech Labs, our add-ons. And I'm curious where PSiArc takes us from here. Who's the first to expand? Are we just gonna one base all in each other? That's also a possibility. True. Could happen. Could happen, man. So Rax is under fire. Gonna be shut down. Big CranKy is going off. Siege mode on the way for HonMonO. And a second starport. Okay. Are we going into raids? We are. Okay, let's go. Oh, some rough SimCity there. But HonMonO is rushing into raids instead. This is kind of like the Brood War Banshee, kind of, but not really. Like, wraiths, sure, they have cloak, and they're in the air, but they shoot up and they shoot down. They cracked. Ah. So we are going to be getting into mass wraith. Oh, the nostalgia. Let's go. And we'll see if StarCraft can get a read on what's going on. As for now, he's just trying to turtle up. Got his tanks, Raven as well. I mean, this does remind me of, classic SE2 TVT, which is tank Viking, taking control of the skies, and dominating from there. It reminds me of the idea behind going Viking Lib, where Vikings have control of the air and then your Liberators can punish the tanks. It's similar in that sense where, Mass Wraith ideally would shut down the Raven and then shut down the tanks thereafter. And I'm concerned considering that we have limited anti-air. Auto turrets will help, true. We'll have auto turrets. Still massing more Wraiths. Head up for the mineral line. Oh, the sound effect. Pew, Bobby, pew, let's go. But once revealing themselves, Vikings now in production. Bit of miscontrol there out of HonMonO. Gets one SCV so far, but not much more than that. Some more Wraiths are rallying in. Workers are getting low, but they do survive. They tickle the tanks. Once again, anyway, the Wraiths, the Ravens have survived this. And it looks like they might catch one tank. Not even. The boys are here to repair. Oh. Ravens taking a lot of damage. Vikings have arrived. Oh my god! First Viking goes down. Auto gets thrown down as well. Do have a trade. 2 Wraiths for 1 Viking and a Raven. I would say a better trade for HonMonO. There's 1 Raven left. Raven does remain. PSiArc holding. And this is very quickly turning into like Sky Terran versus Sky Terran. We got the Vikings. We got the Wraiths. Let's go. So we are going to be massing up. I'd love to see a second starport as well. For now, just the one. As HonMonO was establishing his natural base. 3rd CC is on the way. And PSiArc, upon seeing so many Wraiths, should be aware that there are 2 starports. Should be. So HonMonO is moving out once again. I'm concerned that PSiArc is going to be overwhelmed and just can't keep up with the production of HonMonO. We'll see. It's going to be 8 Wraiths versus 4 Vikings. Raven does get the auto turret. Raven goes down. Auto turret does help support. Down to 2 Vikings. Oh, there's no detection. No! Without the Raven, no detection. And now, yeah, we can just camp the production. Vikings going down one after the other. And the win condition here is just camp the starport. Going for the tanks even as well. The mass raid. And still just with 1 starport producing, it's not going to be enough. Takes a while. First tank falls. Let's go. And at this point, I don't know if PSiArc can actually catch up. We can 2-shot Vikings. Vikings are being 2-shot. And we just can't keep up. Not with 1 starport. It's just not going to happen. This might just be game here and now. this might just be game. The sound of death rains from above. Pew pew, papi. Pew pew. It's terrifying. It's devastating. The sound of Terran nightmares. The Wraith ground attack. Where are the Thors? No, Pappy, no. They don't exist. Not here. Alas, once again, both Vikings do fall. And as we mentioned before, once PSiArc had realized that it was going to be double starport, we needed a second starport as well. Like, second starport was, I feel like, quite necessary for PSiArc to be able to hold his own. We have some Cyclones on the way. That'll help. Cyclones turning away the Wraith. And I guess we're kind of stuck with in this kind of weird amalgamation of army, Cyclone, Viking. But behind this, HonMonO's on 3 bases, getting a 4th base, has map control, double expanding, getting a greater economy. XR pushing in. Oh my god. Since when is the Wraith good? I mean, Wraiths are pretty... I'm pretty sure I've seen Mass Wraith in Brood War TVT before. Like, I think that's like a thing. Like, not commonly, but... Pretty sure I've seen it before. As boys are being pulled into 3 tanks. Not like this, no! Tanks are be popping off Cyclones, they get targeted down. And again, the Wraiths, they rule the skies. Probably the tanks will fall to the boys, but... Oh, no. We just bully the SCVs. Do get shut down. We are thinning out the Wraith count, but again, it's the economy that I'm most concerned about. It's the bases here that HonMonO has. As he's still just making 4 Wraiths at a time. The quadruple starport, Pappy. Ah. Do they outrange the Cyclones? As is being said, I guess I can just break the lock-ons? Question mark. The Viking gets shut down, and just because of the economy, just because of the production, I'm not actually sure if PSiArc can ever really contest the race anymore. I think it might just be too late, unless we can catch HonMonO out, like catch him off guard. If he slips up his control, I think still way better than Vikings, probably. Maybe. Yeah, there it is, GG. GG, well played. HonMonO will take the first game. I would say probably just because the Wraith anti-ground attack doesn't seem very strong and very potent. So because of that, the likelihood of you being able to build up a Cyclone count early on to like a respectable amount is a little bit higher, I would imagine, right? Because you can maintain it and build it up. I guess that would be the logic. Down to her, yeah, that's what I mean. For sure, for sure. As we are getting into our next game, into game number 2. Oh, okay, we're going to be switching races. Okay, I'm here for it. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of a Golden Wall, we have the red Terran player representing Team Hyper 1. This time playing SC2 Terran, it is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg from the land of Japan. This time Zerg, not Terran, it is PSiArc for Little Fairy. Also, you do something with Cyclones after. As in, you can chase, you can counterattack. Especially considering that it took a while for HonMonO to actually build up a tank count as well. We saw tanks towards the end, but that was much later. And not that many either. Something to think about, definitely. As PSiArc is just going to be going hatch first. Again, this is an example of what I mentioned before, where PSiArc, he does often play SC2 Terran and then Brood War Zerg. That seems to be his go-to for the most part. I think it's matchup dependent. I think I have seen PSiArc play Brood War Terran as well. Curious. As this is going to be a hatch pool opener. More delayed gas here from PSiArc. HonMonO back at home. What are we going for? Now, when it comes to TVZ, HonMonO does often, I was going to say like to play mech. I mean, that's not entirely true. Does play very biocentric at times as well against Zerg. So I'm curious how he plays here against Brood War Zerg. What do you have for us? This time, no proxy. This time, no cheats. Also, always very nostalgic to load into Goldenora once again. For those who are maybe newer viewers of StarCraft, Goldenora was in the meta, or was in the map pool, what, 2018? It was in the meta. Was it before EPT? It would have been before 2020, right? Like maybe 2019, 2018 era of StarCraft. It's been a while. Oh no, actually, maybe 2020, maybe the first year of EPT, right? The first year. It's been a long time. I think I remember casting eggs on this map, which should have been 2020. But yeah, it's been a while. It's in a way has some features similar to Alcyone, for example, where half of the map is just cut off by minerals and rocks, or just minerals in this case. Like the Golden Wall. As the first Reaper has arrived, Sunken Colony on the way. And HonMonO does dip into the main. So far, I mean, does deny some mining time, going for the drones. Getting one drone so far. Bearing in mind there are no queens to defend. But the Lings are keeping up. They're going to be zoning the Reaper away. And they do maintain themselves. Sunken Colony down done. The spine is done. Reaper locked down. Up! Oh my god. And will eventually be shut down. Eventually. The micro map. Keep going. As Link Speed is halfway done the surround. Oh, the attempted surround not quite successful. As again, the Reaper has a little micro potential early on. Without Queens, it's just a little bit harder to really keep up with the Reaper. But Link Speed is almost done. And until then, we've only lost one drone. So it hasn't been too bad here for PSiArc. Oof. As he bleeds out another two Lings. Oh my god. We're 5 seconds away. And there we go. The Reaper is finally shut down. Ooh. Behind this side, getting his third base up and running. More colonies on the way to defend. And we just see HonMonO getting into his own 3cc 2-1-1. Okay. He's going to be delaying his starport, getting a second Rax, working towards a stim timing instead. Hellions are moving out, but the colonies are done in time. They are finishing up. Hellions and Threaten. Can try to defend the middle line, but they have to respect the spine coolers. Hellions pulling away. PSiArc taking up. The lair is done. Working towards Hydra. It's going to be Ling Hydra here from PSiArc. The lair is coming. And from here, PSiArc is now defended, droning up, taking his gases, and embracing the Hydras. Yo, imagine. Oh my god. I was going to say imagine. Hashtag Hydra spot be crazy. Meanwhile, lurkers are being researched. Oh, we could be here for a while. If we build up an early lurker count here, we could be looking to cut the map in half and slow the game down. Let's go. Which I appreciate just because a lot of these other games have been quite fast. I mean, we've had a lot of cannon rushes, a lot of cheese, a lot of proxies. Would appreciate a longer game state. Take a shot every time it lights as a spine cola. I was calling them a sunken colony earlier. It's just a really long, like, word. It sounds weird saying like, oh, he's got his sunkens up and running. I guess I can say that instead of a spine, right? Like a spine. It just is. But something that is difficult for me, and so, there is one thing that I do slip up on, and that is the shuttle. I have caught myself multiple times calling it a prism, where I call it a prism instead of a shuttle. And I keep saying warp prism speed instead of shuttle speed. 100%. That I do say. That I do say. For the other stuff, I'm pretty good at it. lurkers are morphing in. Is creep different for Evo, Brood War, Zerg? It's different in, I mean, there's, I guess, a lot of differences. But there's no creep tumors, obviously. Creep does spread by sunken colonies, or colonies in general. So creep does spread in that sense, but there's no way to actively spread creep otherwise. As HonMonO does hit across the map with his stim timing, as his 2 medevacs, but the lurkers are keeping up. And so far, PSiArc is defending one of the 4th base. The 4th is exposed, and HonMonO will force a cancel. Good cast just say sunken, yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! HonMonO! He walks in. Okay, not bad. I mean, PSiArc was forced to cancel his 4th base, true, but did catch out a lot of Marines. Did catch them out. What's the other one? What's one of the other ones that I do say outside of War Prison instead of Shuttle? I say Ensnare, but there's another one. Lockdown? The Dark Templar one. That one. Dark Archon one. That one I don't know. We get around to it. But now we do see HonMonO pushing through the center. Meanwhile, PSiArc just bypasses the main army. Goes straight for the natural. Going for the bust. HonMonO out of position. Will catch out some of these lurkers. Not bad. Some of them will be denied. But at the same time, PSiArc is pushing into the natural base. And there's nothing at home to defend. The wall has been broken. Ghosts are popping out. But Cloak is not researched. No Cloak. The lurkers are here. Oh my god, they take down the Ghost. Ghost does go down. HonMonO does not turn around. Oh, does he though? He's racing back home. But is it too late? Is it far little too late? As PSiArc is on top of the production. SCVs are going down. Again, no Cloak for the Ghost. 2 lurkers do go down. They take some hits. We're still getting more ground though. Again, in the heart of the main. Oh no, the ramp! Oh my god, as we try to force our way up the ramp, more boys being pulled, and it looks like HonMonO will eventually clean this up, but not without losing 27 SCVs! Terran players, look away! The boys were pulled into the lunkers. You hate to see it. 27 workers go down. Behind this, PSiArc double expanding. Getting a 4th, getting a 5th base. Going for the gold. And massing up more Hydra Lurker Ling. As Lings, they flood into the main once again. There's actually not much to kill. Like, they're here, but there's no SCVs. So, not the best trade here from PSiArc. HonMonO at least does have a backup base. Has a 3rd. Untouched. PSiArc rotating around. Goes pushing back. Catches some of the Hydras. Do get caught out. PSiArc will calm down from here. Can now start to join up. Saturating his bases. Has yet to really gain access to the southern half of the map. But I guess is working on it with the gold minerals. He's getting there. Going for the Spire. Getting ready for a muted transition. And it's going to be on HonMonO to recover. To slowly catch back up. The supplies look deceptively similar at the moment. That is true. But that's only because PSiArc is still droning. Once the droning is complete and PSiArc is almost there, can now focus on Lings, on Hydras, on Lurkers, on his main army. And there we go. The wall has been opened up. PSiArc has a massive bank and will soon spend it. So the soup does lie. The soup is lying, Pat. As Lurkers, they hit the 3rd. Army does respond. Snipes going up. Oh my god, barely not getting the Lurkers though. They're all so low. They're low, but they're still wreaking havoc here as, yeah, they're going to be cleaned up. As PSiArc has maybe overextended, losing every single Lurker. Lurkers go down. PSiArc losing most of his main army. But again, he's got a bank. He's going to be replacing it, going to be rebuilding. But that was a nice fight here for HonMonO. Cleans up the Lurkers, only loses 7 SCVs this time. Oh, and I assumed it was going to be for Muta, but no, we're going into Scourge. Okay. I mean, that's something to say here. We'll help deal with the Metamax. Scourge on the way, which means we're still committed to the Ground Army, still committed to Ling Hydro Lurker. I want everything out. PSiArc still has a lot of minerals to work with. Yeah, he's maybe lacking macro hatches. He can't spend his money. He can't spend his money, but hatchery under fire. Again, there's no injects. There's no injects. Just vanilla larva. That's another thing you have to bear in mind as well with Brood War Zerg is you have to be more on top of those macro hatcheries to actually spend your money. Once again, HonMonO out of position. We go for the natural base for the second time. PSiArc, he does bust in. Takes down the libs. Takes down the mineral line as well. HonMonO's on the way. How many lurkers do we have? We have 6 lurkers on the high ground. 3 of them go down immediately. 3 lurkers do fall. 3 left. Cancel up the army. Nice spread here from HonMonO. Does pull away. Focusing down the Hydras. They're barely staying out of range of the lurkers. But PSiArc still did get 17 SCV kills. Will be cleaned up. Will be shut down. Behind the PSiArc still can't spend his money. He's got 2,000 minerals, papi. If he could overwhelm. Aye, aye, aye. Another hatchery just now finishing up. You know what I want to know math-wise? Because I'm more of an amateur at understanding this, but like how many hatcheries you need depending on how many bases you're on. That would be interesting to know. To be able to like spend your money properly. I said a Filer. Filer goes down. Nice pickup. Because clearly PSiArc doesn't have enough, clearly, but it would be interesting to know like how that ratio works. That's only 2 lurkers. Lings, they do flood in. Trading against Hellbats, not ideal. So many Lings go down. It's brutal. Lings get shut down. Overlords as well. HonMonO takes an efficient fight. GG gets called. Oh my god. GG PSiArc running out of units. He still has 2,000 minerals, but he can't spend it at HonMonO. He fights back. He takes a 2-0. GG. Let's go. GG. Well played. HonMonO. He brought it back, papi. GG. Well played. HonMonO does bring it back here. Again, it was a really awkward game just because, again, multiple times HonMonO was being caught off guard. He was out of position and he was being abused and was really suffering because of that. But as we saw, despite the high drone count, we were on, what, 70 plus drones towards the end there. Unfortunately, PSiArc was just unable to actually keep up with his own economy, was unable to actually build up an army. There were also some really rough moments for PSiArc. I'm referring to the moment when PSiArc lost 6 lurkers towards the south when he tried to hit the 3rd base of HonMonO. He lost all of his lurkers. Because of that, was never able to really build up an army and maintain himself, and GG. GG, well played. Ooh, in the end, HonMonO does take the 2-0. GG. But apparently 2 hatcheries for each mining base. Okay. I guess that's like a loose rule.